So over the last several years, I've had the opportunity to go travel to Ketchikan, Alaska. I've got a niche market right there, just in Ketchikan. It's an island, 7 miles long. I don't go to any of the rest of Alaska, just to Ketchikan. And the first time I went over there, I flew into the Ketchikan airport. I didn't know anything about it. I'd never been there. I didn't know anything about it. And I flew in and got off the airplane, and the promoter came to pick me up in his pickup truck. And we got into his truck, and we drove immediately down this wooden ramp onto a ferry. And I said, "Oh, that's kind of weird, because this is the Ketchikan airport, and why are we crossing a body of water?" I just thought that was odd. And he said, "Well, Ketchikan's over there." And I said, "But this is the Ketchikan airport." And he said, "Yeah, this is it's called something else. It has a different name. It's just a little island that just the airport is on." I was like, "Oh, that's kind of weird." And so then we drove onto the ferry, and he had to pay to get on the ferry, and it was like $45 and for his truck, and then me and him and his girlfriend. And I said, "That seems kind of expensive, because you could throw a rock from there and hit Ketchikan." I thought, "That's not right." I said, "Isn't there a locals pass or a season discount or something, or a season discount or a season pass or a locals discount, or any of those 4 things?" And he said, no, there isn't." I was like, "Man, that is messed up." And so we're in this ferry and we're going across the water, and I said, "You guys need a bridge here. That's what you need." And I didn't know. They all laughed at me. I didn't know that that's where the bridge to nowhere is not. It's right there in Ketchikan. And so they laughed at me for a little while. Well, actually, the amount of time it took us to get to Ketchikan, they laughed at me. And then I said, "You know what? I think I see the problem is you guys have a marketing problem. If you just called it the bridge to the airport, people would give you money for it. Calling it a bridge to nowhere, everybody thinks that's a bad idea." And when I came back from that trip, there was an election going on. I don't remember now why, but they were focused on Alaska for some reason. There was all this attention on Alaska, and so there were all these politicians of both stripes. Anytime the bridge to nowhere came up, and it seemed to come up a lot more, everybody said, "Oh, the bridge to nowhere, it was a very bad thing." And I started to get a little bent out of shape, because I was like, "Man, none of these people aren't saying," I didn't know. Before I had heard, "Oh yeah, bridge to nowhere," and I thought, that's a stupid idea. Why would anyone build a bridge to nowhere? And then I went there and I thought, well, if your airport's there, then you build a bridge. So I felt bad for my friends in Ketchikan, and I decided to write them this song. And they did tell me that they said, when you go back, you can play that song, that's fine, but just make sure you tell everybody that all we really want is to be left alone. That's my job, is to tell you that Alaskans in general want to be left alone. There's a lot of warrants out for, Alaska is populated by criminals. That's what
America's most wanted.
Yes, most of them are in Ketchikan. That's right. So this is a song that I wrote for my friends in Ketchikan.